Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the KVJ Show. What the heck is going on, everybody?
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, all right.
Are you going to make it a Taco Tuesday, Kevin?
I don't know that I will. No, probably not.
I'm gonna do key lime pie. I'm gonna fuck up some key lime pie today. I am yearning for
Why
it.
key lime?
Me and Danny were talking about it during the show, and I haven't been sleeping well. When I don't sleep well, I want to fuck up just the worst food on the planet. Meaning the worst for you.
Yeah, no, there's something to that. There really is. They found that yeah, when you're a little sleep deprived or you're not there, it does something. I think it's all about your hormones and the such. And so you're off. Yeah,
my shit's all over the fucking place right now. I can tell.
Yeah.
When I swear like this, I'm swearing as if we're at a bar. I can tell I need to take a nap.
I need to go to a bar and eat pie.
I do. I need to eat a fuck ton of pie. All right, that's my last F-bomb. I'll reel it in.
Yeah, your housing situation's changed a little bit, and your sleep has been a little off, you said, the last couple of days.
It has, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Your brother's now your roommate.
Well, he's staying at my house right now.
It's tricky. When you go from living by yourself to having a roommate, it's like, whoa, wait, I can't walk around buck naked and tug it
and I
whatever
still,
I want.
And I still am walking around naked, and because I sleep so odd. I try to sleep when I can. Some days, if it's in the afternoon and I feel I can go under, I'm gonna take it if I can get it. If it's at 10 o'clock at night, I take it when I can get it. And if I'm in one of those weird moments where if it's 6 p.m. and I have to go pee or something, I might be naked. I might walk into somebody.
Okay,
i.e. my brother. And we all know.
He's seen a lot of interesting things already from living with you.
He does like to walk in on you tugging it.
Yeah.
You're right, though. When someone comes into your home, the whole thing changes. Your masturbation schedule, all of it does.
Yeah. Be interesting to see.
If you're weird like me, too, like I like stuff to be where I left it because I like to leave things where I know I can go back and find them, and it's not like a crazy looking for stuff and losing time. If you have people that live in your house with you, stuff always gets moved. You never know where your stuff is. You'll put something one place, and then somebody will move it.
Well, I mean, the great thing, I get along with my brother great, which is awesome. I mean, I get along with my family. But I haven't been used to living with somebody in a long time. So, remembering to put clothes on has been a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. That'll happen. Well, I got a bunch of emails here today. This one from Nat. It says, respectfully and sincerely. It's addressed to me. It says, I've been listening to you guys since day one with Kevin in Virginia, and I'm now 34. I listened to you on the podcast. She's in Texas now. And I just need to call out the witch and Jaybird. And let me just tell you, the sexual tension between V and Bird is palpable.
I knew it.
Even from Texas. Something happened. They're totally letting everyone know, and every day that passes is more and more obvious.
What are you talking
Did Panda stop listening? There is no way you don't see this too, Kevin.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yep, you've been wanting to get with this. I know it.
You know them and their dynamic better than any of us, and there's no denying that they are flirting all the time, complimenting each other in inappropriate ways for someone who is married to his best friend, traveling together, etc. I love you all so much individually and honestly. All I'm trying to do is to be the first to publicly call them out on the air that V and J have hooked up and they are in love. And let's not forget to mention how Virginia was the Uber driver for his date and sat in between them at the date. As a diehard fan, nothing would make me happier than to finally be a part of this show and to call out two of my favorites. Thank y'all for making my life lighter and brighter Monday through Friday.
I get more of a brother-sister vibe that people tell me about, but if you want to make it sexual...
Yeah. You want to sleep with all your sisters, don't you?
All right.
Parts of this country,
just
it
yours.
can't happen.
You need to sleep with mine.
Just your sisters, Nikki. Just yours. I'm kidding, because they listen at
She's
times.
coming to town.
All right, let's stop. This is. I forget that their sisters listen sometimes, and this shit turns fucking weird too. The last time we were at the Crawfish Festival, the White Claw crew, I think it was them. They go, "Hey, isn't that Virginia's sister?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." I go, "Oh, sister." They start razzing me in front of your sister. I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
She's right there.
Yeah, so anyway.
That's funny though.
But
when do we ever flirt? And when does she ever give me a compliment?
Well,
The fuck does that happen? What show are you listening to?
I know you want this. I know you can't stand it sitting this close to such deliciousness all day.
Yeah, I mean, listen to that
Can't take it, yeah.
that sweet angel voice. Oh, you know you want this. Oh yeah. You love,
Drink it in, big boy.
you love sitting next to this deliciousness.
yeah.
So hot.
Okay. So
I'm
that's
sorry
your
I
thought
sat
there.
where I did on your date. So many people are pointing that out, that I sat in between Jay Bird and his date on Friday.
Well, it's all good.
When we got there, he went to the restroom, and I sat down with the date. I had been communicating with her for the past year. I was not trying to cock block.
Well, I'm also trying to not make it uncomfortable. It's not like it's a real, a real date. It was something where she put money for it. I think she was probably happy that more people from the show came.
I think it worked out great.
Yeah.
I know in the video, people were like, why is Virginia sitting in between them? But, I mean, nobody was saying anything about it. It was more like a big group laugh fest.
Yeah.
It wasn't the two of them gazing into each other's
No.
eyes, planning out their future. It was more like a fun group date.
Just to get to know you.
Well,
Yeah.
I think, don't people know how that works when it comes to charity? Like, she was helping out the charity.
They wanted you to be sitting on her lap and tongue kissing her. And I was in the way, and they're pissed.
I know. I was reading the comments.
You should have at least fingered her.
Virginia.
That's what somebody wrote. That's what somebody wrote.
Nobody wrote that, you fucker. Nobody
Wow.
wrote that. I do read the comments. And
She paid all that money,
nobody
didn't
wrote.
even get a fingertip.
Wow. Good heavens.
I read that.
I know, Kevin.
All right. Let me see. Talking about a tip, this is a different kind. Catering tip. Heidi has got to call him out here. What the fuck? Once again, Virginia is wrong.
What?
They're coming for you.
She says if you can afford to get $1,400 worth of food delivered, you can afford to pay the driver the tip that they earned. The driver pays for their gas, the wear and tear on their car, and they should get paid $30 to $40. My ass, how would Virginia like it?
They should get paid $280. Are you fucking high? No, I will not be tipping $280 on a delivery.
Yeah, I'll have Suits put that up for a KVJ TV poll. Let's say that you order $1,400 worth of catering to be delivered. Do you tip 20% on that? Yes or no?
So what is the percent? I know 20 is considered pretty high, but what's the regular one that we're at, the average one that we all are supposed to do?
Used to be kind of a standard 15% was it, and then if you wanted to be really awesome, you would go 20.
Is 20 now the standard?
And, a lot of people are like, I always want to feel like I'm awesome. So a lot of people do hang at 20.
Well, I've never done an order that big
I just did one last week.
to where you would. The most I think I've ever done is 100 plus or something.
I do all the food for Little Smiles meetings. And so I'm on the regular picking up very large orders. Sometimes it's from a catering place. Sometimes it's just from a restaurant. And especially if you're picking it up yourself, you are not required to tip 20% on a very, very, very large bill for carryout. It's just astronomical to $280? I mean, that's insane.
Well, I mean, the gas is going to be the same if you take
exactly
$14 worth of food or $1,400 worth of food.
Exactly.
I think
I would always tip generously for their time and their gas and their effort. But when I picked up like $500 or $600 worth of catering last week, I picked it up myself from the restaurant. The girl helped me carry it to the car, and I gave her $50. And I think that was totally fair. And why would I give her 20% for that?
I usually do at least 20% on tips, at least, usually. I'm not trying to start and rile up the witch. I don't want that kind of heat. But some people are saying 10 to 15%. Some are saying 20% is pretty standard these days.
But when you're talking about a super, super large tab, now you're talking about a whole different level where you're tipping $300 almost.
Well, is it the kind of work where they're wrapping up the sandwiches, they're counting the condiments, they're slicing up tomatoes?
Usually catering comes in big pans, and it's like, trays of whatever. Like when I picked it up, it was for a taco bar. So it was just pans of stuff.
They on the Uber Eats and on some of the those kind of apps, they will automatically set the tip to 30%. You have to look at that 30% on,
Yeah.
Look, if you're ordering $15 worth of food, I think a 30% tip is very fair because
and cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And that's the amount of gas and effort and whatever. Like I would even maybe give a little bit more than 30% if I had a smaller order.
But you're going on bulk.
But once
big.
you're talking about big, huge bulk orders where you're spending $1,000 for an order and you're picking it up, I'm not going to tip that much.
Yeah, and to get this straight so there is zero confusion, Mark had said, hey, what we're looking at here, even though you got the catering, all this person is doing that you're tipping is driving the food. They didn't prepare it. They didn't pack it up. They're not going to unload it. They're not going to serve it.
Right.
They are just taking the prepackaged food to another place where someone else is going to unpack it and serve it. So they are just driving from point A to point B.
And point A to point B, sure, it deserves a generous tip. But does it deserve $280? No. Mm-hmm. And I will argue that all day long. That is ridiculous to ask for somebody to tip on that big of an amount. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, right now people are agreeing with Virginia. 69% of the votes say that they would not be tipping 20% on $1,400. 30% now are saying yes.
Yeah, Angie from Hollywood said, I don't agree with V often. But she's right on this one.
Okay.
But you should always tip generously for the time and the gas. So you have to think about it. How much time did this person take loading the stuff in the car? How much gas did it take to get to me? Maybe on a $1,400 tab, you tip $70, $80, $100 if you're feeling really crazy. But there's no way I think that it's fair to expect somebody to tip anywhere near $300. That's just outrageous.
Okay. Not having it. Got,
Do you need some water? Some cold water?
I actually do.
A little fired up, and I like
You gonna
that.
go get me some?
Yeah.
Why are you offering?
I guess I think they'll get a water now.
You're
Kevin.
just as stuck in that chair as I am. You can't go get shit.
Gina had sent this in. I assume it has to do with the guy that was chucking his bags of garbage in the lake in Denny's complex.
Did we give an update yesterday?
No, we should.
No.
Yeah, people were sending me messages about the update.
I would like a daily update.
Yeah, people are very heated up about Denny's.
And the sign that Gina says Denny's needs to post, it says, "Why are you littering? Check a box. I am a jerk. I don't care about natural areas. Mommy still cleans up after me," or all the above.
Oh,
So,
I like that. What a great
yeah.
sign.
That is good.
put that by the lake. What is the latest on the garbage in the lake, Denny's?
I just got to get footage of this guy doing it.
Did they clean up the garbage that was in there?
So they didn't clean it all out. They grabbed a bunch of bags and brought it back to go through.
Because they just wanted to see if they could get a name or receipts out of the garbage to
Finger him.
figure
Yeah.
out who it might be.
But they still need more. They need that as in addition to video footage of him doing it or photo. Either one will work.
So now you said the other day that you're continuing to watch him, but you feel like he's now also watching you.
Yeah. So the last few times I've seen the guy, I haven't seen him out throwing trash because I have my phone ready all the time. But I've been seeing him sitting on his porch. And it's weird. I can feel his eyes on me. But now, when the incident went down initially, there was a man running in the distance, and there was a woman helping her kid. And they were both looking the opposite way when this all went down. I saw it happen because I was walking right towards him as it was happening. So there's at least 2 other people he could think are the people. Because by now, I mean, there's a whole team of police out there. I mean, we're talking 50 feet from his house.
Oh, he's gotten word.
There's no way he
someone
didn't.
ratted him out, and he's, to use Virginia's words, he's fingered you.
Yeah.
You've been fingered.
Well, let's hope I don't get fingered by him. Because
Oh, you can take him.
I could push this guy. Yeah. He's an older guy.
We're gonna get this guy.
I just can't get incriminating footage of him. I've already discussed it with a few of my other neighbors who have so here's what I think happened. Nobody noticed that this crime was going on. Now that it's been reported, the other neighbors in the neighborhood have gone through it and they've seen how much trash. They cannot believe it.
Yeah.
So there's
Good.
multiple eyes
So
on this now.
it's like a neighborhood watch thing, and that's the way that you stop it from happening. You get everybody in the neighborhood on the same page and keeping an eye on this old coot.
So my concern is that now that he's been tipped off a little bit, because there's no way he didn't see all those police out there.
definitely.
I think he's going to wait a second. There's no way he's not going to strike again.
He's like a serial killer waiting to get that
I
urge
also,
again.
Yeah.
I also think he could be dumping at night.
It could be night. I mean,
He might do it in the cloak of night when he thinks everybody's asleep.
He doesn't have a garbage deliveries. I mean, the service that comes up, you don't have.
It's an apartment, so they have in the middle,
Right.
almost the same distance, if not shorter, is a dumpster.
I just don't. Yeah, why would you not be throwing it in the dumpster?
He's mad at the
He's
world.
mad at something. He's
mad
doing
at
it
the-
intentionally.
He's doing
Okay.
it to create havoc because he's not happy with how his life turned out.
Something.
It comes back in and they find arms in there.
Well, that's one reason you want to report this stuff, because if they're not really throwing it out the proper way,
What
you
are
would
they hiding?
assume there's something wrong with it, right?
So I mean,
Fingers, and I'm not talking about chicken.
you almost wonder if somebody had maybe done something he didn't like, possibly with the apartment.
That's what I was
complex.
thinking.
Yeah, and so this is his way of saying, F you guys. I'm going to just chuck my garbage into the lake then.
Well, here's a weird thing. Our HOA had to spend a ton of money, I guess, on a new fountain because the old fountain got clogged with trash.
Oh,
So they're excited that this guy is a target because they were trying to figure out why the fountain got clogged with trash.
because somebody was
It
throwing
cost them like
it.
$2,000.
Look at this
to
fucking
fix it.
Aaron Brockovich over here making
that's
changes.
Changing the world.
Fighting
Changing the
for
world.
fresh water. You are Aaron
know.
Brockovich.
But I mean, how random is that? When I heard that, I go, "Well, clearly it's the same guy." So he's either trying to destroy the fountain of the HOA because he hates him. I don't know.
Are there any trees in proximity to where he would be doing this dumping? I'd love to set up a motion detector camera. We got to go infrared. We got to get like
I
night
agree.
vision on this thing.
The only tricky part is it's in a corner where you would have to have something with a little bit of distance. If you're trying to hide it, there's some bushes, but I mean they're far enough that it couldn't be a cheap camera. It'd have to have some zoom on it. You know, and then the other spot is a park bench. It's right next to a park bench where people go and eat lunch, you know?
So this fucker doesn't know what I look like. It's time to go undercover.
I mean, I would do
Don't
it.
go over there and get yourself fingered now.
It could happen. He looks like
How could that happen?
he looks kind of like a skinny Kenny Rogers if Kenny Rogers never got plastic surgery. That's what he looks
Okay,
like.
yeah.
If he never changed his face, he looked like how Kenny Rogers
So
would
kind
have
of like
naturally.
Islands in the Stream, Kenny?
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
little skinnier.
That's
A big
good.
gambler,
'Cause
just a
I'm-
little skinnier.
'Cause I'm kind of looking like a plump Kenny Rogers. So in that fucker's face.
A little skinnier and older. That's what he looks like. He looks like a Kenny Rogers that throws trash out in the lake. It's
Okay.
weird.
We're
So-
gonna get him, Denny.
I think he's waiting. Because I walk the dog and my wife walks the dog, and that's the number one thing we look for each time. It's
Yeah.
the
Garbage.
first and last thing I
Okay.
do when I get around the lake.
Can you be in your house and still see him up to no good?
It sucks. So for me to look from my property, if I walk all the way to where I'm just barely standing in the lake, I can just almost not see. It sucks. I have to walk halfway towards him, next to the lake, alongside the lake, to get the vantage point. What there's is a really big tree that overhangs
Gotcha.
at the corner, so I just can't see around that tree. It's my
All
one
I
blocker.
need is a cane pole and a bucket and we're gonna get this fucker. Cane pole and a bucket.
I was thinking best case would be there's a bench there. Most people just sit down at a bench, don't even really pay attention to it, and it's
Right.
got those pleated wood, I guess, slats.
Yeah.
You could probably sneak a camera right in between it or underneath the seat of it. Nobody would ever,
Right.
because nobody ever looks at that. stuff.
Totally.
That would be the best way to catch them.
And if someone stole the camera, we'd have it on camera them stealing it.
It's true, but I don't know if we'd ever have a way of actually witnessing the footage off.
We'd
of
have to get a live stream off
We
of
could
it.
set up a live stream camera and do like a.
I would watch that thing.
Okay, let me ask you. Let's say we do go
Yeah.
out there and the guy did come out. Do I have permission? I'm not getting in trouble. If I started live streaming that on Facebook Live or something, we're all cool with that, right?
If you're
think so,
outside,
yeah.
it's public property. It's like it's not. There's no thing where you have to tell the guy you're filming him because he's out in public.
Kevin, you cool with this kind of heat?
Yeah.
Well, he's doing something wrong too. It's like
Yeah.
when somebody parks
No,
in a
there's any
handicap
problem
spot.
here.
All right.
He's a bad guy. I think
agree.
If you expose him for doing this, 99% of the people are going to be on your side. Of course, we did catch a little heat from people that leave dumb comments like, well, what if he's not mentally stable? Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
Even if
still
he's
not
not
very-
mentally stable, I don't care. We still need to discipline him and stop him from doing this. I don't care what the dementia, I don't care what the anything. If he's dumping trash in the lake, he needs to be stopped.
I'm not mentally stable either, and I'm not throwing trash away.
True. Look at you. You throw trash.
Anybody ever should
on
be
the
throwing
proper
trash everywhere.
Yeah,
days.
it should just be.
You think you should be driving down the road, chucking out the window.
What?
But yeah, you'd have to watch all day. That'd be the only way to catch him.
You would have to go all in on Operation Bring Down This Fuck.
Well, think about it. He was doing it for weeks before I even caught it. I only
Right.
caught it because I ran home while Jen was out of town to go walk a dog.
I can't believe that he saw you out there and still did it.
Well, he's letting the heat die down right now.
I
That's
think-
what he's doing.
Yeah, I think there was a few days there where I think there was a lot of people checking it out in the neighborhood, and the police came. So
Come on, the fuzz is there. Come on, you
yeah,
gotta
they
fucking.
had cars out there, and they were in the water. So I mean, it was kind of a big event for a second.
Oh, you know he saw it.
Guaranteed. Well, all he does all day is sits on his porch. I never noticed this guy until I saw him throw trash in the lake.
It's kind of a bold asshole move, though, to sit on your porch now and stare at you.
I know. I
Yeah,
feel like he's there
yeah.
tossing off, just like, oh yeah, power move. Look at all these people. They're what?
Do you have binoculars?
I don't.
Oh,
But
I do. Do you want some?
do you want me to just watch him?
I'll bring my binoculars to you, and you can have them.
All
Kevin,
right, I'll use them for this, and then I can return them.
do we still have that list going of the words that Virginia ruin or annoy?
Binoculars.
Binoculars. Mm-hmm. Get in the bushes. Binoculars.
Oh, when you get in the bushes, ain't nothing better than binoculars. See everything.
I'm gonna be saying binoculars all day.
You
now.
are. It sticks.
Eating some chicken.
Cheeto, burrito, or a frito.
That's the update. Yeah, I've been watching. I'm trying to catch him. I told the HOA too. I want to catch this guy.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
hard. He can't be everywhere at
Yeah.
once.
You can't,
right.
but thank you for doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. Eventually he'll go down.
Yeah.
Denny's Brockovich, everybody.
Yeah,
he's
even
good.
though he's been
on the
fingered.
case.
Still doing it.
We're talking about interesting things with language and the spellings. Doug said, I heard when you're talking about why English is such a hard language to spell, like spell binocular. It's not easy.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
That is.
Is there two C's? Is there binocular?
But BINOCULAR. Binocular.
Oh, Virginia. Very nice. Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, there's silent consonants, different sounding vowels. It actually comes from a time when the invention of the printing press in the late 1400s was going on, and other nations just spelled their words like they sounded, but English did it differently.
Good Nat.
At the time, they spoke what is called Middle English, like in Canterbury Tales. And they used the spelling rules from Middle English and just applied them to the more modern English with very different pronunciations. They began to be spoken in the 1500s, like in Shakespeare. English is a combination of Old English, which is Germanic, like in Beowulf, Beowulf, and the Norman Conquest. French was added to make the new Middle language. English. So saying I was in the time and you had the great vowel shift and all that going on. So that's why we have the combinations in the words that we do that today don't make sense. Can't we change it to be like, we all should just throw Nat out and just spell it N-A-T?
Yes.
And either can be short for Natalie or you could be a pesky little insect.
Just say Gano to Gannett.
You're right.
Gannett, man. No one could ever give me a fucking good enough answer. They all tried. They danced around it.
You're right.
Thank you.
And also got an email from Lucy. She said, since I consider myself to be familiar, been listening since the old wild days back in the 90s, I must ask that you simplify the options being presented in Spanish in the game Bueno o Malo. I love the game, makes me smile, but I have to ask who's writing them. I'm 100% bilingual and can barely interpret what is being said. It sounds like what would be Castilian Spanish. Not an expert by any means, born in Puerto Rico and raised in New Jersey, but can typically understand Spanish. Let's try and simplify. Yeah, it probably would be more Castilian. I do know that, anything that I learned, it's typically out of Spain, Mexico, Colombia would be pretty much the countries, maybe a little Venezuela. The one time that I only know that somebody is speaking from Puerto Rico is because I can't really understand any of it. That's the one. So we do have Captain KVJ. I believe he's Puerto Rican. So maybe we can have him step in here and do a Puerto Rican kind of Spanish version of Bueno o Malo. But there is different styles in Spanish.
Next week, I believe it's me that's up, correct? Because it was Virginia this week.
Yeah.
You need to make it the worst punishment ever. I want the opposite of lemon juice. I want it to be so fucking terrible.
Denny's Lake Trash Water.
I mean, that would be so disgusting.
All right, Denny's, I need a cup of your trash water.
But bring it on, because I think that is funny. You go from fucking, oh no, lemon juice. After we do a 10-minute interview with you about how you fucking love lemons the week before.
Well, I think, because Denny's was talking, there was some water that they had drained out of the air conditioning unit. And he was like, hey, how about we give that to Virginia? I was like, I don't know.
Oh, that would have caused, you're right, that would have caused a meltdown.
Yeah, it's like that might be a little much. That could cause some kind of illness or something.
That could kill you.
It could.
With the proper mold spore combo.
It was a perfect storm, too, because something happened with our emails where we all weren't on the email chain to come up with the punishment of the person that's going on there.
So sad.
I know. It was just the evil one. I was
It did, yeah. You got saved because the email, I'd sent it out the night before and it didn't go through our email chain, whatever, blocked it. And nobody got it here until the morning.
And then I started getting called out for trying to make it better than what it was. Bird's trying to make it sound worse. Oh, it was old lemonade. Oh, there was a brown ring around a bird. So then I got called out.
It was just awesome.
The
awesomest.
So bring the fucking heat next week. Make me squirm.
All right, let's see what we're going to do.
Today's punishment was great. That was a terrible punishment.
Yeah, the ketchup popsicles.
Ketchup
Spicy
popsicles.
ketchup popsicles.
Well, that's all the ketchup I had. I don't even buy ketchup. That was ketchup that a listener gave us. So it was the spicy. I didn't even design it that way.
I pride myself to try to get it down and eat it good. I couldn't even swallow it, man.
Yeah,
I could not.
It looked gnarly.
It wouldn't let me swallow it.
Here's a comment from Mandy. She said, I was listening back to Think Fast from Monday, and I'm disappointed that when you said a cereal that begins with R, Jaber went with Raisin Bran and not Reese's Puffs. I hurt a little bit.
Well, dog, it's Think Fast. Get your ass in here. You will feel the heat. It's the first thing that comes. Sometimes I'll say a word that doesn't even start with the right letter. I hear you, though. I hear you.
Okay.
It wasn't a proud moment. All of us were disappointed in him. So just know that. We did reprimand him afterwards.
Whatever. It's so annoying eating a ketchup popsicle like she's wearing a fucking ketchup sweater.
This is from the Heinz collection.
And Kathy also wanted to make note, too, that last week's World Record Wednesday, when you went for fastest time to eat a head of lettuce.
Yes.
and took quite a good bit of time. She said that when I checked it out, it looked like this guy was eating a head of butter lettuce, which is much less dense and smaller than the iceberg lettuce.
Oh, we got you
you
iceberg. Damn, bro, we set you up.
I set myself up. I'm the one that buys all my own props.
Yeah.
So the butter lettuce, I think, is not as tightly compact
Right, yeah.
with all the dense leavage.
Shit, I got World Record Wednesday tomorrow, and I don't know if I got. Oh, someone just did. Badass or Badland Brian or whatever his name is. We've tried to break one of his records before. He just broke a couple food records.
Badlands Booker.
Thank you. Yes, I think he just got 2 new ones.
Did he? Yeah.
There's like 7 different varieties of lettuce. Why don't you just come in each week and try to eat a different lettuce head?
That get old. I think the audience will really turn on me, right?
I would. I don't know about the audience.
I mean, Kevin.
I'd turn on you.
Like, are you fucking shitting me?
This week it's bib.
Buttered lettuce?
This week it's romaine.
Yeah.
I do see the comedy in it, though, Virginia.
I just pissed myself.
There are some people that would laugh, but not many. Well, if y'all see a world record you want me to try to break tomorrow, let me know.
Okay. That's right.
Lettuce.
We have a few on there, Kev. I'm just not sure if they're gonna play well on the radio.
Sure. Okay.
Lettuce didn't play well.
Oh,
Just kidding.
dog, I fucking fought.
Not playing well does not stop us.
That's true. You know what? I don't care anymore.
Vicky had a comment from an email that we had. I think it was this week or maybe on Friday. Yeah, it was this week because I remember it was a woman went out with her husband and his new boss to celebrate his new employment, a job where he has a fancy new title. Apparently, it's a big company. Or at least it's big in his field, and
Did
she didn't
she
say what
say
the field
the name
was.
of it? Oh.
No, she didn't. She didn't give those kind of details, and I wouldn't say anyway because I don't want to blow up the whole spot.
I would.
We know.
Yeah,
We know,
Get him
Pumpkin.
fired and ruin his life. Yeah. And so they went out on Friday to celebrate with the boss. They had dinner, and then they were kind of hanging at the bar afterwards for a couple more cocktails. Husband goes to the bathroom. When he does, the boss says to the wife, something about like, is he pleasing you or something like that? Does he sexually satisfy you? Because you're a really attractive woman. I'm sure you have a lot of options. That was basically, I'm just kind of going off the dome. Of
He was
what he said.
fishing.
Yeah, I think
he
that
was
was
trying
kinda
to see what she would say.
and kind of shook her, and she didn't say anything to her husband. She was quiet afterwards, and she's just like, look, I don't know if I should. I've always told my husband everything. I don't want to keep this from him, but at the same time, my husband is the kind of guy that would, barge in there and say something. And he's just got this new job, and it's awesome for him. And, maybe the guy just, was off the cuff, and now I know I'm going to keep my distance and all that. Vicky said, I'm going to have to disagree with all you guys on this one. If the wife tells her husband what the boss did, nothing will ever be the same. Are you expecting the husband then to just forget what the boss said to his wife when he goes into the office every day and looks him in the eye? Are you thinking that the husband is going to confront the boss about it? Not a good idea. Bosses don't like to be made to feel uncomfortable or embarrassed. Plus, the boss may make a very uncomfortable work environment for the husband. Who knows if the boss may take it out on the husband at work in some way. This is just not about the wife avoiding the boss in the future. This is about the husband having to deal with this man on a daily basis and trying to keep his emotions in check. That's a lot to put on him. I would never normally advocate keeping anything from your husband, but I would not do anything to the husband at this time or tell him. Yes, the boss is a slime ball and his comments were highly inappropriate, but he did not actually proposition her. It's not fair to the husband to have to give up this awesome job or have to look at the boss every day with this hanging over his head.
I did think about that.
Sure.
But according to your theory, then the person that emailed, then the boss can just get away with bad behavior no matter what, because the boss always has the potential of making your job and your work environment uncomfortable. And I think we're getting to the time where bosses aren't looked the same way as they used to be. And I don't mean that to be a jerk. It just, people are held accountable more now in a leadership position. You can't just start saying whatever the fuck you want as a boss about who you can sleep with and who you can't with. Those days are over. And if you wanted to be a dick about it, I feel like you could.
I don't know how far it would go. because you don't have any kind of video or anything like that. It's a he said, she said, and the boss would be like, I didn't say that way or whatever, and I'm sure he has a way to spin his slimy ass out of it. The other thing about it, though, my thoughts on why I still stand by what I had said, to me, I think marriages, you've got to be ride or die. You got to have their back. And I would tell my husband, be like, look, I want you to know that you can trust me. So this is what happened. And two, I think you need to know about the guy that you work for.
Agreed.
And this could affect, you may say, hey, look, I realize my boss is a scumbag. But maybe you then take it and say, okay, I got to be aware of what kind of character this guy has because I need to watch my back. This guy is not a scrupulous individual, and it's good to know that for how because honestly, a lot of times jobs are war. You're out there just trying to survive and fight your own and take what you can get from that job and use it to help you in your life.
And not die in battle while you're there.
And so to know that you have that kind of boss that would proposition your wife while you go to the bathroom the first night that you meet, then you got a scumbag for a boss.
And everyone's going to be different because,
yes, that's true.
I would hope I would be with somebody that if I was able to tell them everything, we could both, even if they get upset, we both would know, all right, we're not going to blow this out of proportion. I wanted you to know because we are on the same team with each other and it sucks and everyone's on the same page and we can get mad inside the house and have a plan together and not have it be all this fucking crazy quitting the job.
That's the ideal situation.
And that's how I would, but I think you have to know
your
mate,
man,
your situation.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be different for everybody.
And if you know he's going to be a hothead and he's going to blow the whole thing up, I mean, I know there are several girls. We don't tell our husbands if a guy hits on us. We just don't. I don't go in the house and tell Panda if some guy hit on me.
Well,
I don't do that because I think I can absorb it and take it for what it is and not give a shit and move on. I don't have to involve Panda in drama. This is a little different because it's his boss.
Well, so I think there's something too where there is a time you need to tell your mate where you are getting hit on, and then I think there's a time where your people are saying that just to make someone jealous too.
Totally.
See what I'm saying?
Totally. And you have to look at each situation, though, and figure out, okay, how do I protect me and my husband and his career, and what should we do to handle this and navigate it smart?
But I like the idea. If I'm going to be married, I really don't want any secrets, especially I want us to be able to, we can say whatever the fuck we got to say underneath our roof, between our walls. We can blow up, we can get mad.
Look at you pondering how you would deal with your wife and if you were married.
Right?
He just said, if I was married.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's over there changing their viewpoint.
And you know what, Virginia? It's you. You're the one I want to marry. I'm in love with you.
I knew it.
It's all come full circle.
Sorry, bitch, I'm taken.
I'd rather marry Panda.
You'll just have to admire all of this from afar.
I would rather fucking marry Panda.
Yeah.
And you have to have like 69 every night.
Well, Panda would be into 69.
With you?
You should be 69 and more with Panda. I'm telling you, Panda would want a 69 more. You don't want a 69. All right. If I was married to Panda, I'd be fucking 69 all the time.
All right, I'll ask him.
Okay. No fingering?
Yeah. How many times is Virginia going to bring that up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you for all of your thoughts.
69 from the podcast.
69
I don't know where else to go.
podcast.
I got nothing. Yeah, at that time, it's probably
Kevin's
time
like,
to
I
go.
can't relate to this topic.
I'm sorry.
I haven't 69
Got
since the
nothing to add,
90s.
so.
I'm sorry. Damn, 69, shut it down.
Yeah, let y'all sit here and talk about finger banging. I'm going home. All right. Thanks for the email. Send them to us. Mail at kvjshow.com. Y'all have a good one. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.